Hey, what's up, guys? Max here. Wanted to make a video talking about some units, right? We're at the end of the year, and so you might be wanting to set some goals for your Marble Contests of Champions unit goals for the next couple of weeks, months, or maybe trying to squeeze out some units here last minute for the banquet. We still have a week left in the banquet ending. So I recently just spent 6,000 units. You guys saw that on a offer, and it dropped me down to 36,000 from where I was at. And I might actually be picking up. I said I was going to stop and basically was done with the offers when it comes to these, basically the holiday offers. We have a day and 10 hours, but I started thinking, okay, where is my units, or where are my units now that I have a stash of units? 36,000 is quite a good large number. Like, where am I going to be spending units? How am I going to recover them? And when it comes to holiday events, it's not so much what the package is giving us, like the Paragon Gifted Crystal, the crystals that come out of it, the shards. Those are not really things that I care for, right? It's mainly the amount of units that I normally get. So you see this Starlit Loot Bag. They're giving us 410 units, but if you were to go, let me bring it up here to show you guys really quick. If you were to go to their website, if we bring this up here, their website, instead of 410 units, you get 465 units for the same package, same deal. And I was like, okay, I can grind out obviously 400 units or 225 units, when it comes to in-game, which I will be doing, but these offers don't really come around that often. They're meant to be for only special holidays and bump up our unit stash for special holidays. Now, my thinking is I'm gonna grab these specific unit packages and I am gonna be throwing them into Battlegrounds, basically buying Elder Marks with these units. And then the ones I don't are just going to sit in my stash. And that's kind of like where the most of my units are actually being spent, especially the season 14 just started. We're going to be doing our push. We got to get our minimums for the Alliance here at Chaos. And then we do a little bit extra on top of that all the time, just to make sure, we're in decent placement when it comes to a constant placement for the Alliance. So that requires units. And, that takes a toll, that takes a chunk because units are being purchased. I'm using units to purchase Elder Marks, right? So ideally, here's basically the section kind of wanted to talk about it, that you're going to see a bump in units. Eventually, we'll figure out the number, and we'll see how many Elder Marks I end up buying too for the season 14. Haven't bought anything. The only thing I'm using right now is Elder Marks that I've had or claimed as I'm playing the game right now at the moment. But I did want to bring up this post. I found this post as I was just searching the web. This is over 2 years old, but still pretty accurate. This is by Skadian. I guess that's the user that posted this. And he breaks down every single source of units basically that you can get. And we do also do this little bonus for light spenders. So if you're spending about $15 a month, $10 on the sigil, $5 on the unit card, you get these extra units, which he came out with about 1,000 units more every month on top of the 9,000 units that you get from just grinding out the game. So the login calendar, 22-hour events, alliance events, monthly event quests, special arenas, battle chips, BC 100 units plus 800 units. So this is kind of roughly what he's estimating that you can get roughly in a monthly basis. 9,000 units. If you spend $15, you can get yourself another 1,000 units. That way, it's just you're gonna have to it takes a month for you to get it. So if we get 10,000 units every month, that's making sure that we do every single 22-hour event, every single arena, every single event quest throughout the month. That means that we can get 10,000 units a month. Most likely we spend between, I think, Battlegrounds, which is probably the most, and then Alliance War, the second most. I would say basically sometimes Alliance War will beat Battlegrounds when it comes to units spent. But let's say we're averaging about 1,500 units in each game mode. Maybe sometimes the Lonely Sword taking up 2,000 units, so maybe 3,000 units to just give us a large chunk. But if we're able to bring in 10,000 units, we have a positive of 7,000 units every month that we can be adding to our stash. So I think obviously, here's a breakdown. You can I'll link to this post of Reddit on the video. So if you're interested in just kind of looking into like the free to play potential units, 7,900 and everybody else. Of course, it's when looking at this breakdown, it's very hard to do, especially because there's so much game modes, right? There's arena, there's Battlegrounds. Battlegrounds is so addicting. It's so much fun to play. It just started today. We're within less than 24 hours. And I started thinking to myself, I was like, yeah, let me see how I'm going to be able to manage doing all the other things, arenas, event quest. I mean, I can do a lot of event quests with auto fighting, but hitting those 22-hour markers to get these units, and then also playing the game that I enjoy playing, which is Battlegrounds, So, yeah, we'll see how I do. Like I said, we're like more than halfway. We're at the end of we're at the end of the month. We're at day 27 here in December. So new month is going to start, and it will be interesting if I can come back. We'll come back to this post, but in January, when the new month starts, take a screenshot of our units anytime we drop a large amount of units, anytime we gain a large amount of units, kind of how we progress over a month, see if we can hit that 10,000 unit marker. And then obviously our expenses that are going to come off of that. So this is pretty interesting. If you're interested in having that information, this is what the point of this video is. 10,000 units for those that are interested in. And of course, you still have a couple of days if you have not picked up all the bundles. Like I said, I would, because the normal $10 bundle normally doesn't give us, actually, I don't even think it gives us 310 units. I think it gives us like 275, because I think the store is like upgraded by a lot. Because even the Odin is like 3,100 units. This is 3,400 or 3,410. So the normal starter bag, I think it's 250 to something, 275 maybe, when it comes to the units. And now we're getting 465. So you see the added benefit. Of course, it's cash. You can completely avoid this by just saying, hey, I'm free to play and I'm just not going to pick this up. But I see the value in it. After saying no that I was going to pass up on this, I think there's a lot of value inside of these holiday bundles, which I think you should pick up. Again, you don't have to, but I think you should, because you're getting so many more units and it's going to add to your stash. And you can definitely use them immediately, and I would probably not, I would definitely suggest not to use them in the greater banquet crystals that are here. These are 300 units. But if you're competing for the event, and if you're going hard on the event, then yes, buy every single bundle and then throw it into it, because you're just going to be able to buy more crystals with it. So just that makes sense. But hopefully this video, like I said, it's a quick breakdown and kind of like a goal that I want to set for next month, helps somebody. And let me just very quickly tell you, this is why I spent like almost 3 hours, 3 hour live streams today. Wednesday, going through, first round of like trials of Battlegrounds. And it really took a lot of time for my arenas, which I wasn't able to do. So as you can see here, we got 10 hours left. Might be able to knock this one out. But the Summoners Trials arenas, it's going to be a little tough. We're not going to hit the final milestone, which is a really bummer for me, because this gives the most units. But we're definitely going to make sure we hit this one, because it gives us more points, and I think it's going to be easier for me to hit. I think the win streak is around 35, 40 to make sure we hit them. So we're like almost basically halfway there. And then whatever we can do in the Summoners Trials. And then the 22-hour event that's heading right now, it's the event quest. So I need to burn some energy and maybe do a path. I was doing Conqueror again. Like I said, I was auto fighting just to pick up those units. But I do need to do maybe 2 paths of this Chapter 3 Throne Breaker difficulty to hit that 22-hour milestone. So we can kind of pick up all the units that we're supposed to be picking up according to that chart. So, like I said, it's 2 years old, but it's pretty accurate. A couple of things I kind of looked into it. If you see something that's off from it, let me know, and then I can kind of double check specifically on it. But for the most part, I thought I saw everything was pretty good. Well, guys, take care. Drop a like on the video. Take care. Share it with a friend and alliance mate, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.